Shalom, shalom. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh, Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful like brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity, risking your freedoms and your lives to do so. This is your brother Lahab coming to you with another lesson. Just gonna hop straight into it. Yeah, man, you see the hypocrisy. It says stop Asian hate, while this Moabite woman, which the Moabites are the so-called Chinese people, and she's holding two very racist black plush dolls, saying that basically this is mockery, man. These are basically menstrual dolls, man, and there's plenty of them. But in Moab's land, right, and in the so-called Chinaman's land, you have stories like the Nigger King and things like this. They even have shows where they make fun of Jake. They dress in blackface. But now, okay, when you catching hell, whether it be from, whatever citizen that's in America, or whether it be Jake this beating y'all ass, then it's a problem. But you're the same ones that were discriminating towards Jake, kicking Jake out your stores. And now, just like the so-called white man, who was Esau Edom, when what does it say, the chickens that come home to roost, when the judgment has come to you, then it's a problem. Then it's an excuse. Then it's let's just get along. No. The Lord is about to bring judgment unto you heathens, man, because you're stout in heart. You thought that you was going to get away with abusing the Lord's children, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and just get away with it. And then say that we're not that, and then we say we're all equal. But y'all haven't treated us as equals. And we're greater than you, But you're about to know that very soon, man. All right? Because, this judgment that's coming, it won't stop. It's not meant to stop. This is a prelude to what y'all about to be getting for 1,000 years, man. Which is a beating. A judgment. All right? Get some scriptures. These two chapters in Isaiah really get on Moab, man. That's why it says in 2nd Esdras, what is it? The 16th chapter says, "Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia." Let's deck thy daughters in whoredom, man. Because just right after the so-called white man, it's a lot of noise on the street. Right after Esau, you have Moab, man, which is just as prideful, just as evil towards our people, man. But this is Isaiah 15:1. It says the burden of Moab. It didn't say it was going to be a light thing. This is a burden. This is something you're going to have to bear. You're going to have to lift this, boy. It says, because in the night awe of Moab is laid waste and brought to silence. Because in the night cur of Moab is laid waste and brought to silence. He is gone up to Bajis and to Dibon, the high places to weep. Yeah, man. Why? Because they're complaining about these so-called Asian hate crimes. So much now has been passed as a law when the atrocities has been happening to us from all nations. Deal with it. You're crybabies. You're making too many excuses. Oh, you're just as equal as unto us, but you guys start to suffer a little, and you make bills against it. But that's the reason why the Lord is not gonna, He's not gonna justify it, and these days are gonna keep on coming, because y'all haven't judged aright, and you know it. All right, it says, Moab shall howl over Nebo and over Medeba. On all their heads shall be baldness, and every beard cut off. In their streets they shall gird themselves with sackcloth. On the tops of their houses and in their streets, everyone shall howl. Right. I wish I could play some clips, but you had the little Asian movement the end of last year, beginning of this year, when they were saying Asian pride, you know. And another thing is they tried to flip the script. First, this fake pandemic stemmed from China, and then they tried to put it on Jake, man. You know, at first Moab was getting it, then they started putting it on Jake, and then Jake was catching the bitter end of the stick for something that another nation did, saying that we would the most likely to catch it, most receptive, which was other lies, because at first, you know, when they had brought out the C-19, you know, they were saying that the Edomites, the so-called white people, were the first to easily catch it, man. You know, so it's always a mix-up in the media's doctrine, man. You know, they always remixing stuff. But aside from that, you see how they just unrighteously blamed us. You know, so the Lord is looking at all this, and you people think this is just man having a problem. No, the Most High has a vendetta against you nations, man. All right, it says, everyone shall howl, weeping abundantly. Yeah, with these different riots and movements, man. You know. And it's funny because I pictured this one. He's actually confusing the face, so-called Moabite, and he was on a rooftop chanting Asian pride. You know, when all this madness was happening. You know, basically riling up spirits for these movements. It says, "And Heshbon shall cry, and Elealeh, their voice shall be heard even unto Jahaz. Therefore the armed soldiers of Moab shall cry out. His life shall be grievous unto him." There you go, man. I'm going to skip to the next chapter because it gets on it. It's going to get on the wire, man. This is Isaiah 16:1. It says, "Sing ye the lamb to the ruler of the land from Salah to the wilderness unto the mount of the daughter of Zion." That's that lamb is Yahweh Shai, man. That's going to be our deliverer from under the heathen's feet. Because guess what? It says, what nation have not gotten a part of her spoils, man? You know? Because even Moab had a hand in taking us down. We're under their feet as well, man. So they're suffering for a reason. It says, "For it shall be that as a wandering bird cast out of the nest, so the daughters of Moab shall be at the fords of Arnon." It says, take counsel, execute judgment, make the shadow as the night and the midst of the noonday. It says, "Hide the outcast, bewray not him that wandereth." And that's talking about the, of course, so-called, the Israelites that look like Moabites that's mixed among Moab. And like I said, they help pushing that movement, man. And some of them are going to wake up to the fact that they're Israelites, man, because they know that they're suffering and the Lord has them suffering. It says, "Let mine outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a covert to them from the face of the spoiler. For the extortioner is at an end, the spoiler ceaseth." And guess what? Most of the ones that were suffering in those lands were Jake, man. You know, they were getting cast down by their own people, so-called, were actually Israelites that looked like Moabites. You know, the ones that were suffering these hate crimes were actually Israelites, most of them. It wasn't a Moab, you know. It was really suffering like that, and they were putting hell on us, man. All right, it says, "For the extortioner is at an end, the spoiler ceases." You know, all these different nations that are heads over us, man, that are lording over us, man, that are our oppressors, from Esau, Edom on down to the smallest Hamite. Their rule is at an end. It says, "Their oppressors are consumed out of the land." It says, "And in mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment and hastening righteousness." It says, "We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness, and his pride, and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so." Yep. All this madness that you people done cooked up is coming down, man. All right? Because even the Asian government was saying last year, not the Asian government, but you had the Asian citizens, Chinese citizens, that were saying that their government is lying. All right? So that shows you that even their rulership in their kingdom, in their land, Salakia, that even their governments in their land are coming down, man. Because the Lord is dismantling all these different these different powers. It says, therefore shall Moab howl for Moab. So you have Moab howling for Moab and saying, Asian lives matter. Bullshit. Now according to the Lord, it says, everyone shall howl. For the foundations of Ker-Harosheth shall ye mourn. Surely they are stricken. For the fields of Heshbon languish, and the vine of Sibmah, the lords of the heathen, have broken down the principal plants thereof. They are come even unto Jazer. They wandered through the wilderness. Her branches are stretched out. They are going over the sea. Well, that's pretty much the point on that. But you know, hey, man, for your unrighteous judgment against us, you're going to suffer. And even amongst the speckled bird, which are us, those that y'all esteem to be you, and saying that, oh yeah, no, there was really Israelite man that looked like he was Asian, the same as Bruce Lee, man. That's the Israelite man, all right. And we suffered at y'all hands. And I love this scripture right here. This is Lamentations chapter 1 verse 18. It says, Lord Yahweh is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandment. And okay, so what happened to us for rebelling against his commandment? Here I pray you, all people, and behold my sorrow. We gained sorrow. We gained sorrow from not hearkening to the word of the Lord Yahweh. So what's going to happen to these heathens who naturally don't hearken unto the word of the word Yahweh and persecute his people, whom he is dealing with? This is what's going to happen. It says, my virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. So that's the same thing that's going to happen to the heathen. Skipping down to verse 20, it says, behold, O Lord Yahweh, for I am in distress, my bowels are troubled, mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad the sword bereaveth, at home there is as death. So this is what's about to happen to you nations. You're going to be getting death in your own homes. You're going to go into captivity. You're going to become fatherless. Verse 21, it says, they have heard that I sigh. Who has heard? The heathen. They rejoiced when we sighed, when we were brought to a lower state. They said this is the time they was going to rule, man. They knew it. It says, there is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. Yeah, and that's the reason why they rejoice, because what it says, these two prophets persecuted them that dwelleth on the earth. In Revelations, man. Because we were bringing out that judgment, man. We were ordering things right. And now we're about to be able to do that much more and not be stopped through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, they are glad that thou hast done it. These heathens are very glad, man. So much that they can call us nigga and not Israelites. It says, thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. So guess what? You Moabites, you're the new niggas, man. As a matter of fact, we were saying that all last year. Y'all the new niggas. Asian hate. Type of fucking madness, man. Same thing with you Edomites, you so-called white people. You're the original nigga. But it's suffering. Now it's your time to suffer, and that's why y'all don't like it. That's why y'all like to make these excuses. Oh no, whites are racist. You're being prejudiced against white people. All that crap, man. The Lord's not hearing it. You can say this, whatever you want to say to these people, and they not hearing it either, no matter how smart or stupid they are. Because the Lord has brought this judgment into fruition for people to fight. It's not a time of democracy, not democracy, but diplomacy. like no, it's like the time to be talking and negotiating, man. The Lord wants blood, so he's gonna make these people want blood. It says, let all their wickedness come before thee. And it is. The Lord is looking at their rap sheet, and he's bringing it out. They may have forgotten or don't want to acknowledge. Oh, the Lord is about to put it in their face and say, look at this. This is yours. Take it. Pay this bill. No, I'm not going to help you, nigga. You knew what you was eating. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you ordered. You thought I was going to come with that bill, didn't you? That's right. It says, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many and my heart is faint. And the Lord didn't even jack us up the way he's about to jack up these nations. That was just a small battle according to what he's about to do, man. That was just small talk, man. The Lord is about to be talking cash money shit when it comes to these heathens. He's about to bring down hell on these heathens, man. And he's going to use us to do it, Lord willing, man. And you should want that. You should want to be able to tread over the necks of your enemies and take the heathens' women. Take their daughters. Cause you know what? That's some shit that would make a nigga hate, and they can't do nothing about it. What does it say? It says the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing, man. They gonna want that. Cause guess what? Esau, hey man, primary to what the nigga woman thinks, that's kingly to take your enemy's women. You take your enemy's women. We don't have that type of spirit to where a king doesn't have that type of spirit to where he's on one itis or doesn't want to. No, a king conquers and he takes, man. He takes the substance. And that's what's gonna happen, man. You heathens, you Chinese, you so-called Japanese, you Caucasians of many different hailed races, not races, but nations that you conquered in Europe, which is not your original land. You're about to rule today, along with the rest of the heathen. I may have not mentioned all the names, but the point is that all y'all about to suffer. And I would hate to be you. Hey, man, SOL as they say. But you built this up, so the best thing to do is just, hey, acknowledge it. But y'all not. There's nothing you can do about it, but guess what? It's going to come. That's all I want to hop on, tied to those scriptures. But I'm going to end it off and give all praises going unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Shalom and the Bible Ball.